Dear students, welcome to SETI Botany classes. This is the third video of permanent tissue. In first, we have studied about parenchymatous tissue. In second, about collenchymatous tissue. And this is the third in which we will study about sclerenchymatous tissue. Now, in this video, we will discuss what is sclerenchymatous tissue, what are different types of sclerenchyma, and what are the functions of sclerenchymatous tissue. Now, what is sclerenchymatous tissue actually? If we cut transverse section of the stem and see its internal structure, we may found this is the outermost layer, which is called as epidermis. This is made up of thin-walled cells, parenchyma. Inner to epidermis is present sclerenchymatous tissue. Now, this double wall is showing thickened cells. So, this tissue is called as sclerenchyma or sclerenchymatous, and this part is again made up of thin walled cells called as parenchymatous cells. Basically, sclerenchymatous tissue is highly thickened. So this is the main mechanical tissue, and this provides support to the plant. Like parenchyma is thin-walled, collenchyma is thin-walled, but it is thickened at certain places. But main support to the plant, just like pillar and strength, is given by sclerenchyma tissue. Basically, cell wall is made up of cellulose, and around this thickenings they are deposited, and these thickenings which are deposited later on, these are actually thickenings of the lignin cells. Now, this deposition of lignin is called as lignification. First wall, primary wall, is made up of cellulose, and secondary wall is made up of lignin. Deposition of lignin is called as lignification. But at certain point, like here, you can see this point, and this is thin actually. Now, this area, which is thin, this is called as pit. Now, this pit area is having complete uniform diameter. So this thick, unthickened area present in the wall is called as simple pits. Like we can see here, this area is simple pit, this area is also simple pit, this area is also simple pit. Now, this is the longitudinal section of the sclerenchyma cells, and this is the transverse section of the sclerenchyma cells. We can see here, these are elongated cells which are tapered at the ends. Again, this is elongated cell. They are interlocked with each other. And these areas, which are unthickened areas, present on the thickened wall, they are called as simple pits, and they will provide the flexibility to the tissue. So this earlier formed wall is primary wall. And this later on formed wall is called as secondary wall. And this unthickened area is called as pits. If they don't have water, this will be called as simple pits. So sclerenchyma tissue, this is of two types, fibers and sclerates. Now, as we have discussed, fibers can be elongated. They can be elongated like this, and they are having pointed ends. Now, these cells, whether they are sclerenchyma tissue or fibers, they are highly lignified, mean lignin has been deposited, and they become dead at maturity. They don't have cytoplasm, don't have a nucleus. So fibers which are elongated and tapered at the ends. Now, this is the transverse section of the TS of fiber, and these are the elongated fibers. Now, they may be found in the cortex, pericycle, xylem, and phloem. Now, fibers can be categorized further into different categories. Surface fibers, they may be bast fibers, they may be xylem fibers. Now, when they are found on the surface of the seeds, like in case of cotton, testa of the cotton forms the surface fibers. So they are called as surface fibers. And surface fibers are also found in the coconut mesocarp of the coconut. Like this is the mesocarp of the coconut. Now this mesocarp of the coconut is actually surface fiber. This is hard and lignified, and this is these fibers. They are hard, lignified, and produced from the mesocarp of the cells. So these are present on the surface, so they are called as surface fibers. Again, they may be found on the cotton seeds. A testa of the seed may form fibers, so this is called as surface fibers. So they may be found on the fruit wall, they may be found on the seed coat. Example is coconut, it can be cotton also. Now when fibers, they are associated with xylem, so they are called as xylem fibers or xylary fibers. Now these are xylem fibers. This is libriform fiber, this is fiber trichid, and these are septate fiber trichid because they have developed septa. So fibers associated with xylem, they are xylary fibers, and fibers which are not associated with xylem, they are extraxylary fibers. Now these fibers may be produced from the disintegrated cortex tissue or pericycle or crushed phloem tissue. Phloem may be primary phloem, this may be secondary phloem. So such fibers which are extraxylary and they may be produced from cortex, pericycle and phloem, they are called as bast fibers. Now, these fibers are also of commercial importance, like jute, hemp fibers. They are bast fibers and they are used in the industries for various purposes. Now, this is coconut showing surface fibers. Now, what are the functions of these fibers and sclerenchyma basically? They provide mechanical support to the plant. They will act like pillars and they will provide strength. So when they are present in xylem and phloem, so this will help in, you can say, strength to the xylem as well as phloem. And xylem and phloem will not collapse when trees are very tall, but tissue, vascular tissue will move up to the top of the plant. So this sclerenchyma cells as well as fibers, they will prevent the collapsing of the xylem and the phloem tissue and helps in their proper functioning. And surface fibers in coconut as well as in the cotton seeds, they will help in their dispersal. I mean, they can be dispersed from one place to another place. Then this thickened tissue present on the covering of the seeds also prevents the loss of water. So this will prevent the seeds from the desiccation effect. So they will remain hard and they will retain the moisture inside. Outer side will protect the internal tissues. So second kind of cells which are found in the sclerenchymatous tissue are sclerates. These are basically stone-like cells, highly thickened, highly lignified, and they will again provide strength. These are sclerenchymatous cells which are short and having highly thickened and lignified walls with simple pipettes, unthickened areas. Now they may be found in the soft tissues of cortex, pith, mesophyll, pulp of fruits, and fruit wall. Simply we can understand if we eat apple and internally in the center of the apple is present apple core, that is highly cartilaginous and that is made up of sclerates. And if we see the seeds of the guava, highly gritty seeds, now those seeds are very hard. This is due to the presence of sclerates. So sclerates are stone-like cells. Now sclerates, depending upon their shape, where they are found, they are of different type. First category is brachysclerates, also called as stone cells. Now these cells we can see these are isodiametric, rounded, irregular in shape. Now this colored part is showing thickened area. This uncolored part is called as unthickened, sorry, this colored part is thickened area and this white part is unthickened area, or we can say simple pits present in the brachysclerates. And brachysclerates, they are found in grit of guava, apple and pear. So they are stone-like and they are rounded in shape. Second category is macrosclerates. Now these are rod shaped. Now this yellow colored is showing macrosclerates. Rod shape occur in leaves, cortex of stem, outer seed coat of many xerophytic plants. Xerophytic plants, plants which grow in dry condition, they are called as xerophytic plant. And if the shape of the sclerates is like bone, then it is called as osteosclerates. Like this can be like this. If it is like this, like bone is present, like, and it's not bone actually, like shape is like bone. Now this is called as osteosclerates. So this part will be thickened. This part will be thickened. And this is showing, yellow color is showing the thickening This is the dilated part. This is the thickened, and shape is like bone. So this is called as osteosclerates. Bone-like shape, columnar cells, dilated ends, and this is found in the again leaves of the xerophytic plant. Now, if it is star shape like this, like we can see here, this is star shape. Pink color is showing thickening. If it is star shape, then it is called as asterosclerate, and usually found in aquatic plants and in the mesophyll tissue of the aquatic plant, leaves and stems of lotus, nilambo, water lily, and tea leaves. And if these are hair-like, elongated like this, we can see here, these are elongated trichosclerates. These are trichosclerates, may be found in the leaves of olea and in the banana leaves. And if they are simply thread-like this, then it is called as filiform sclerate in case of olea. This is in case of olea. Now I'll show you how to make the brachysclerate diagram. Like this is the shape of the brachysclerates. First, we can make the unthickened areas. Now this is the thickened area. This is unthickened area. This is thickened area. The thickened area can be shown like this. Now this is the thickened area, and unthickened area is present in between the thickened area. Now I'll again make it with different color so that you can understand. This part is the, which I'm making, this part is unthickened area, and this part is thickened area. So these are brachysclerates if they are star shape, asterosclerates, and if they are rod shape, macrosclerates, and if they are hair-like, elongated, and these are trichosclerates. If they are thread-like, fiber-like, they are filiform sclerate found in the olea. Again, we can see this is the brachysclerate. This is rod shape, macrosclerate. This is bone-like, osteosclerate. This is star-like, asterosclerate, and this is again branched and hair-like. This is trichosclerate. If we have a fiber-like, then it is called as filiform sclerate. What are the functions of sclerates? Again, wherever they are found in the tissues, they will provide strength and mechanical support. If they are found on the seeds, they will provide strength to the seed coverings. And most of the hard part of the seeds, that is endocarp of the seed, is made up of sclerates like coconut and almonds. When we break the coconut, there is a hard part called as endocarp, and that is made up of sclerates. So they provide rigidity and strength to the organ, as well as if only the leaves will be made up of parenchyma cells or collenchyma cells, they can wilt, they can collapse. But if hard tissue is found, this will provide pillar and strength to the organs, and this will also prevent their collapsing. Thank you for watching my video. If you like my video, please like, share, and subscribe.